Good morning. My name is Matt Alspaugh. Welcome to our service this morning. Today, I've recorded this message as I will be traveling when this service is happening. So I'm a little reluctant to say live from Fellowship Hall, even though other participants will be live from Fellowship Hall or other places within the web of the internet. Now, our announcements were on a slideshow before the service. If you didn't see them, don't worry. I'll post them tomorrow in my sharing. Our service title this morning comes from a Rumi poem, which has been interpreted by Coleman Barks. It goes like this. Love isn't the work of the tender and the gentle. Love is the work of wrestlers. The one who becomes a servant of lovers is really a fortunate sovereign. Don't ask anyone about love. Ask love about love. Love is a cloud that scatters pearls. Now today is Valentine's Day, which is named after a Saint Valentine, though which Saint Valentine is unclear, as there were at least 3 saints with the name Valentine or Valentinus, all who were put to death. Now the day was placed on February 14th by the Catholic Church, apparently to replace a Roman pagan festival of fertility called Lupercalia. We've seen this as a common pattern with, for example, Christmas replacing Saturnalia. Now here in Mexico, Valentine's Day is a big holiday, but different than that up north. El Día del Amor y la Amistad, as it's called, the day of love and friendship. Valentine's Day is a day to honor everyone you love, your partner, your family members, close friends. Our service today acknowledges that love, but focuses on the more romantic love, the love of lovers, of couples of all kinds. We'll enjoy a time together with song and poetry about love. But remember, these are just words and songs. As the poet tells us, don't ask anyone about love. Ask love about love.
Our chalice lighting words today are by Maureen Killeran. Love is the inspiration, the spirit that moves and inspires this faith we share. Rightly understood, love can nurture our spirits and transform the world. May the flame of this chalice honor and embody the power and the blessing of the love we need, the love we give, the love we are. Challenged always to remember and to share. Please light your chalice and then join us, if you like, in singing.
We kindle this light and celebration for the life that we share.
Each week we take time to remind ourselves that we belong to a community which cares for each other. We do this by sharing any significant joys or sorrows in our lives. If you have a joy or sorrow to share today, you can type it into the chat now and we'll read those aloud. First, let us voice our sorrows or concerns, whatever you or the world may be holding that is in need of our healing and caring thoughts. You're welcome to type sorrows and concerns in the chat box.
I have a concern with Colleen. My mother on Wednesday badly sprained her ankle. Prayers, rapid healing.
Now let us recall the joys. Whatever you may be celebrating, whatever evokes a feeling of joy or peace for yourself or others. You're welcome to type your joys in the chat box.
We have a joy from Linda and Peter Jessen. The day of the biggest snowstorm in a beautiful UU church in Montreal, Peter and I got married. Today we are celebrating our 30th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Linda and Peter. We have a joy from Liz Hill, who says, Matt is here with me and Rosie in NC, and I get my second vaccine shot this week. From Lynn Cleek, we have a happy 40th birthday to our daughter Valerie on the 24th and our daughter Serena the 21st of February. Our greatest joy is she will be here next weekend. Also, please light a candle for Jose Sanchez, who is being treated for cancer. That's from Judd. That's all I see.
And this candle from our care team represents those sorrows that are too raw, too difficult for us to share aloud. So many of us have had losses, partners, children, grandchildren, losses that remain present with us every day. So many of us have burdens, anger, fear, and frustration, all of those things that weigh heavy on our hearts. We will light this candle for all those unspoken sorrows.
This poem is Touched by an Angel by Maya Angelou. We, accustomed to courage, exiles from delight, live coiled in shells of loneliness until love leaves its high holy temple and comes into our sight to liberate us into life. Love arrives, and in its train come ecstasies, old memories of pleasure, ancient histories of pain. Yet if we are bold, love strikes away the chains of fear from our souls. We are weaned from our timidity. In the flush of love's light, we dare be brave, and suddenly we see that love costs all we are and will ever be. Yet it is only love which sets us free.
Good morning. I was thrilled when I was asked to put together the music component of today's special Valentine's Day program. In addition to our wonderful Linda Jessen, who sings every week for us, I am delighted to include the amazing talents of Amaranta Santos, Doug Voet, and Suzanne Bullock. The songs all have the theme of love in a variety of connotations. Some you will know, but others are less well known, but still carry the romance of love. After all, music is the food of love. Our first song is perhaps the most famous of all Mexican love songs. Written in 1940 by the then 16-year-old Consuela Velázquez. Here to sing Bésame Mucho is Linda Jessen.
Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Aquí tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensas que tal vez mañana yo ya esté lejos, lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensas que tal vez mañana yo ya esté lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Perderte después.
This reading is called The Third Body by poet Robert Bly. A man and a woman sit near each other, and they do not long at this moment to be older or younger or born in any other nation or any other time or any other place. They are content to be where they are, talking or not talking. Their breaths together feed someone whom we do not know. The man sees the way his fingers move. He sees her hands close around a book she hands to him. They obey a third body that they share in common. They have promised to love that body. Age may come, parting may come, death will come. A man and a woman sit near each other as they breathe. They feed someone we do not know, someone we know of whom we have never seen.
If we view a strong friendship as a form of platonic love, there is no better song to illustrate this than For Good, written by Stephen Schwartz from the hit Broadway show Wicked. In essence, the song is about how truly knowing someone can make a difference in life. Here is Amaranta Santos to explain.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit, as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever ways our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
This reading is from the Hebrew Bible, from the book Song of Songs. It's translated by T.J. Meek. Rise, my love, my beautiful one, come away. For see, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. The flowers have appeared on the earth, and the time of song has come. And the call of the dove is heard in our land. The fig tree is putting forth its figs, and the blossoming grapevines give forth fragrance. Rise, my love, my beautiful one, come away. Oh, my dove in the clefts of the rocks, in the recesses of the cliffs. Let me see your form, let me hear your voice, for your voice is sweet and your form is lovely. Rise, my love, my beautiful one, come away.
Cast yourself back to when you first fell in love. That unexplained feeling that begins to permeate your very soul. Many songs over the centuries have put down in words and music to describe these strong emotions. Elton John did just that in 1970 with his lyricist Bernie Taupin, and the song in question personifies the romantic thoughts of a young and innocent person. Here is Doug Voet to sing Your Song.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I were a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in the traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. Well, excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world.
When love awakens in your life, in the night of your heart, it is like the dawn breaking within you. Where before there was anonymity, now there is intimacy. Where before there was fear, now there is courage. Where before in your life there was awkwardness, now there is a rhythm of grace and gracefulness. Where before you used to be jagged, now you are elegant and in rhythm with yourself. When love awakens in your life, it is like a rebirth, a new beginning.
Romance between two people can lead to a union, a declaration of love through marriage. In the off-Broadway show The Last 5 Years by Jason Robert Brown, the musical's two characters, Jamie and Kathy, tell their story of their marriage in an unusual way. Kathy's story is told in reverse chronological order. At the beginning of the show, at the end of the marriage. And Jamie's told in a chronological order, starting just after the couple have first met. So it's kind of two stories going in reverse. A meeting at the midpoint in the show, where they are for a brief moment in time at the same point in their respective stories. Jamie is sitting with Kathy in Central Park. Jamie proposes to her, and for the first time in the musical, they sing together. Their duet, The Next 10 Minutes, encapsulates this moment as they exchange vows and pledge to stay together forever. With Amaranta Santos and Doug Voet as Jamie and Amaranta as Kathy, here is The Next 10 Minutes by Jason Robert Brown.
Will you spend your life with me for the next 10 minutes? For the next 10 minutes, we can handle that. We could watch the waves, we could watch the sky, or just sit and wait as the time ticks by. And if we make it till then, can I ask you again for another 10? And if you and I agree to the next 10 minutes, and the next 10 minutes till the morning comes, then just holding you might compel me to ask you for more. And there are so many lives I want to share with you. I will never be complete until I do.
I am not always on time. Please don't expect that from me. I will be late, but if you can just wait, I will make it eventually. Not like it's in my control, not that I'm proud of the fact, but anything other than being exactly on time I can do. I don't know why people run, I don't know why things fall through. I don't know how anybody survives in this life without someone like you. I could protect and preserve, I could say no and goodbye, but why, Jamie, why? I want to be your wife, I want to bear your child, I want to die knowing I've had a long full life in your arms. That I can do forever with
Share
you,
your life with me
forever
for the next 10 lifetimes,
forever,
for a million
Jamie,
summers,
till the world explodes, till there's no one left who has ever known us apart.
there are so many leaves I need to
are so many years I want to be with you.
Never be complete.
I will never be alive.
I will never change the world until I do.
I do.
This next reading is from the book Gift from the Sea by Anne Morrow Lindbergh. When you love someone, you do not love them all the time in exactly the same way, from moment to moment. It is an impossibility. It is even a lie to pretend to. And yet this is exactly what most of us demand. We have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life, of love, of relationships. We leap at the flow of the tide and resist in terror its ebb. We are afraid it will never return. We insist on permanency, on duration, on continuity, when the only continuity possible in life, as in love, is in growth, in fluidity, in freedom, in the sense that the dancers are free, barely touching as they pass, but partners in the same pattern. The only real security is not in owning or possessing, not in demanding or expecting, not in hoping even. Security in a relationship lies neither in looking back to what was in nostalgia or forward to what it might be in dread or anticipation, but living in the present relationship and accepting it as it is now. Relationship must be like islands. One must accept them for what they are, here and now, within their limits. Islands surrounded and interrupted by the sea, and continually visited and abandoned by the tides.
How often do we tell our partner that we love them? In 1989, the Northern Ireland singer-songwriter Van Morrison put it into words and music. It is widely believed that the song personifies Morrison's relationship with God, but it has become one of the most romantic songs of the last century. Here is Linda to sing Van Morrison's beautiful "Have I Told You Lately?"
Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away the sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. On the morning sun in all its glory greets the day with hopes and comfort too. You fill my heart with laughter, you can make it better, ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. Fill my heart with gladness, take away my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do.
Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and must needs have desires, let these be your desires. To melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night. To know the pain of too much tenderness. To be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully. To wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. To rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy. To return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise on your lips.
Sometimes the two most unlikely people fall in love, which results in a passionate journey that ultimately has no boundaries. The 1994 Tony Award-winning musical Passion by Stephen Sondheim explores this theme with intensity. Fosca is nearing the end of her life through illness, and Giorgio is a handsome army captain stationed at a military outpost near where she lives. He refuses her passionate advances until towards the end of the show, when he realizes what deep and undying love truly is. Here is a welding of the two of the most significant songs from Passion. The first is Loving You, sung by Fosca to Giorgio, and the second is No One Has Ever Loved Me, sung by Giorgio as a realization of the power that Fosca's love has over him. Here once again are Amaranta, Santos, and Doug Voet.
Loving you is not a choice, it's who I am. Loving you is not a choice, and not much reason to rejoice, but it gives me purpose, gives me voice to say to the world, is why I live. You are why I live. Loving you is why I do the things I do. Loving you is not in my control, but loving you, I have a goal for what's left of my life. I will live and I will die for you.
No one has ever loved me as deeply as you. No one has truly loved me as you have. Love without reason, love without mercy, love without pride or shame. Love unconcerned with being returned. No caution, no wisdom, no judgment, no blame. No one has ever known me as clearly as you. No one has ever shown me what love could be like until now. Not petty or safe or easy, but more than I ever knew. Love without reason, that isn't love. 'Cause I learned that from you.
This poem is Decade by Amy Lowell. When you came, you were like red wine and honey, and the taste of you burnt my mouth with its sweetness. Now you are like morning bread, smooth and pleasant. I hardly taste you at all, for I know your savor, but I am completely nourished.
In the realm of cinema, the theme of love is a major influence on writers and directors. And from that has flown the music of love through a multitude of composers. A personal favorite of mine is from the pen of Ennio Morricone, who wrote the score for Cinema Paradiso. The film's underlying themes of nostalgia and unrequited love are so beautifully realized in Morricone's music. Please enjoy a magical performance of the love theme from Cinema Paradiso by my good friend, Suzanne Bullock.
This is the time in our service when we ask that you remember that we share our gifts here through pledging and donations. We're not meeting in person now, but our connections to each other and our contributions to the community continue. Instructions for payments to the fellowship are on a slide during the announcements before the service each week. And while you are considering your gifts to the fellowship, remember that each month LCUUF donates at least 5,000 pesos to an organization providing food aid in our lakeside community. For the month of February, we've been supporting Food Bank Lakeside. When you pay your pledge, please add something for Share the Basket, as you used to place pesos in our physical basket. You can donate in the same way that you pay your pledge, but please donate Share the Basket separately or indicate what part of your donation is for Share the Basket. Your offerings are gratefully received. Let us extinguish our chalices with these words, which we read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with all the world.
Our closing words are also by Maya Angelou. I am grateful to have been loved and to be loved now and to be able to love, because that liberates. Love liberates. It doesn't just hold, that's ego. Love liberates. It doesn't bind. Love says, I love you. I love you if you're in China. I love you if you're across town. I love you if you're in Harlem. I love you. I would like to be near you. I would like to have your arms around me. I'd like to hear your voice in my ear, but that's not possible now, so I love you. Go.
Before we close today's service, there are certain people that I would like to thank for putting this program of music together. Linda, of course, Linda Jessen, Amaranta Santos, Doug Voet, Suzanne Bullock, and a very special thank you to Charlie Jacob, who helped enormously with the recordings that we did earlier last week. Yes, as Maya Angelou says, love does liberate. It takes us to heights unknown. It is the essence of our soul. If music is the food of love, then let us play on right up to where we belong.
Who knows what tomorrow brings? In a world, few hearts survive.
All I know is the way I feel. When it's real, I keep it alive. The road is long. There are mountains in our way, but we climb a step every day. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lift us up where we belong, the clear winds blow.
Some hang on to used to be in their lives, looking behind.
All we have is here and now, all our life out there to find. The road is long, there are mountains in our way, but we climb a step every day. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lift us up where we belong, far from the world below, up where the clear winds blow.
Time goes by,
No time to cry, life's you and I, alive today. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lift us up where we belong, far from the world below, up where the clear winds blow. Love